Hey guys, welcome back to Booze Reviews in Black and White. I'm D'Amico. This is Bane. Today we are doing a beer that is fairly new, actually really new. Today's the actual release date. By Surly Brewing Company, we are doing the Pentagram. Let me pour you some here.
Thanks, man. Surly Brewing Company, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Looking at alcohol percentage of 6.66. Now this thing is, they released it for Lent. I think the beginning of Lent or something.
Something like that.
Or yesterday or day before or whatever. I just went to church, so I should know this stuff, but I guess I don't pay attention too well. But yeah, basically what you have is all these hieroglyphic type looking evil pentagramish.
You can kind of see it on my shirt, but maybe not.
Somebody was lucky enough to go to the release party last night.
It was awesome.
Yeah. But what we're looking at is a Brett
beer, Brettanomyces yeast.
Was it brown?
This is a dark ale.
Dark.
They're just calling it a dark ale.
Okay.
They did, for some of you guys that had the Surly 5, I can't confirm it or find anyone else from Surly to confirm it, but everyone is saying this is very similar to the 5. I do agree, flavor-wise. I thought the difference was the Pentagram was aged in red wine barrels, fermented, obviously stainless steel, and they took Pinot Noir red wine barrels, neutral barrels, that's important, and aged the beer in it. I don't know how long it sat on the barrels, but looking back, I guess the Surly 5 did the same thing. But it looked like Surly 5 was higher alcohol. So.
7.4.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, very close.
But yeah, they're calling, which I thought was fitting, the Pentagram 6.66 alcohol by volume. Yeah. That's the mark of the beast, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
The big 5-point star, the Pentagram.
Let's not bring that up, huh?
Kind of cool. I got to meet the artist that did all this. He's actually really cool.
He's now in hell.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just kidding.
But he made this, like, I don't know, like a design, I don't know, art piece, I guess, I don't know, of this, and it was really cool. Anyways, those guys were awesome down there. Lots and lots and lots of beer. Lots of great food. So let's get to this thing.
Definitely.
Okay. Fruity. Spicy, like almost like a nutmeg, allspice. Big, jammy, dark fruit. I mean, you can, if you guys are, any of you guys are wine drinkers, excuse me, you'll definitely be able to smell some wine characteristics in this beer.
And they say with the Brettanomyces, this type of yeast that they're using here is giving it that like over fruitiness. This is kind of like, this is a sour beer.
It is a sour beer, correct. Yep.
And I've only had a few sour beers. I mean, like the Snarling Badger we had a while ago, and that one actually brought up a lot of fruit characters as well.
Yeah, that's very, very typical of the Brett yeast, and there are other wild strains of yeast that can do that too. Brettanomyces, I think, is one of the most popular. I don't know why. If it's maybe just easier to get, or I'm not a brewer, so I have no idea about that stuff. I have had a few sour ales or Flemish ales. I tend to like them. Some other people don't. I will tell you, they are a bit of an acquired taste.
Yeah.
If you've ever had Goose Island's Matilda, That's another one.
That's a pretty easy going
Exactly.
one. If you have that one, that's a very good one to start off
Exactly.
on. This kind of brings you to the darker side, the darker realm of a sour beer. It really is explosive on the nose, but it almost seems like it has a heavier calming effect. You know, after it comes through your nose and filters down, it kind of warms up a little bit.
Warms up, right.
So what do you get on the palate?
Bright fruit, bright, slightly unripened strawberries, not quite to their full potential, right before they get sweet. Cherry juice, like specifically like the Door County cherry juice, Door County, Wisconsin. It's expensive, but look it up if you guys are into good juice. I don't know why I said it like that, but
of course they're into good juice.
You get the brightness, the big sour. I can tell you it's a little bit different having it on tap yesterday. I mean, it was a punch you in the mouth. Brightness, boom. I mean, they serve these fantastic sausages with it to get the fattiness, but it's dimmed down a little bit in the bottle. I don't know how long these have been bottled and just sitting, but it's still good. It's still good for a sour beer. What are you getting on the mid palate?
Mid palate, I'm definitely getting that wine aspect, a little bit of that oak aging coming through. It's heavying up a little bit. That sour kind of lingers a little bit, but calms down. I love this complexity. I mean, to go from big bright fruits into something like this.
Yeah, I agree.
It's wonderful.
It's very complex. I really would like to know, and this is the wine geek in me coming out, I'd really like to know whose Pinot Noir barrels they used, what wineries, because it's very tasty. We do have a like yesterday on tap. I got a lot of almost tea leaves, heavy tobacco leaves, essences to it. I'm not getting as much of it out of the bottle. I don't know why. It is still there. There's a little bit of brown spice to it, just like in the nose.
I get a little bit of that tea leaf thing going on.
Yeah, right.
Little herbal action, I guess.
Exactly.
But again, I mean, this thing, there's so many different characteristics battling each other. But it flows very nicely. It's got a very long finish. This thing, drink it like a wine. I mean,
oh yeah.
Take your time with it, sip it. It just takes over your mouth. Pretty crazy.
I can tell you, I mean, they suggest that, I mean, you could either drink it now or cellar it for a couple of years. Knowing sour beers like I do, they will completely come down. That acidity, all the flavors will just meld. All you chefs know, you know, you let your food sit for a little bit. You make a nice soup. You don't eat it right away. You let it sit and simmer, kind of come down in temperature a little bit. Let the flavors blend and meld together. I bought a few bottles of this, so I can't wait to come back to this next year and the year after to see how it's changed and meld together.
Well, what do you think about this one? I mean, you obviously like it. It's a little bit different in the bottle than on tap, you said.
Yes. So I'm trying to go from the bottle because most of you will have it out of the bottle if you do get it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna, you mean rate it?
Yeah, rate this.
Okay.
Rate this puppy.
I'd give it a solid 8.
All right. I like where they're going with the darker side of the sour. I like the complexity. I like the long finish. And actually, I think I might like it in a couple of years even more because that little bit of oak that's there, that's probably going to be more apparent.
Sure.
So I'm going to give it, right now, probably 8.4. Let's go 8.5. But check it out, Surly Brewing Company, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Their Pentagram. It's evil. It's for Lent. I don't know what else to say. Enjoy it. And, you know, leave some comments and questions and all that other good stuff.
All that other stuff.